Welcome, Virgo, to your Astrodice reading for July. I hope your friends are doing great out there. If your friends like this, please like and subscribe. Okay, friends, let's see what's going on with you. Taking one of the 12 houses only. And for those of you who are new, this is where I take astrology with tarot and make a small horoscope for the month. Let's do this. This message is the sun coming out in the 4th house with Gemini energy. So we have the sun, your immortal spirit, purpose, and destiny is involved. So talking about you as being number one. Really focused on what you need and what your destiny is this month. Going straight over here, using some communication with some Gemini energy. The energy is communicative, mischievous, lively, witty, and informative. Stimulating exchange is possible, so you could definitely be talking to somebody who's going to help you along the way with this plan that you have going on, whatever it is that you're seeking, which is going to help you get to your destiny and things that are really good for you. And it could even be freedom. We're talking about the sun over here, so you might even be trying to, free yourself from something. But we are talking about the 4th house, so we're definitely talking about the homestead. So it's definitely something that within your homes and the roots of your being. So definitely talking a lot about you and things that are good for you. Maybe you need to lower that mortgage and you're talking to some loan advisor. It could be anything just as small as that. Okay, so going straight into the situation. The situation is taking place at the beginning of the month, the middle of the month, and the end of the month. Oh, look at that. Having the Queen of Cups coming out. There is a little impatient. Oh, yeah, needing to use patience. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought she was upside down when I looked at her. Having the patience. Ace of Swords. So it's talking about this emotions that you are having within and really being able to see deeper within the cup that's going on within the situation, and really using moderate patience over here and really taking kind of baby steps in the beginning of the month so that you can succeed. But there's going to be a lot of clarity that's going to come out of some kind of situation when it's coming to the 4th house. So that you want to really make sure that whoever you're dealing with is clear about the situation. It could be the Queen of Cups herself, which is Cancerian energy in my cards. So definitely feeling like there's some kind of upgrade going on. We're talking about the Queen of Cups next to the Temperance. We're looking at some kind of upgrade, some kind of progress that is moderately moving so that you can have this new beginning and this fresh kind of new clarity and understanding with communication. And it feels like whatever it is, it's going to communicate to the situation. So definitely making some kind of connection over here in the beginning of the month when it comes to this 4th house. It could be your family, the house itself. Going straight into the mid-month, we have the Emperor in reverse, the Queen of Wands, definitely having some kind of Aries, Sagittarius energy coming through over here, some kind of fiery energy that is definitely taking place within the mid-month. There is going to be a lot of courage and a lot of more self-confidence coming through this as we see the Queen of Wands over here coming through this communication. The person you could be communicating in the mid-month now may be a Leo or some kind of fire sign. There is some kind of grumpy, manipulative kind of energy going on, or some kind of power struggle when it comes to the situation within the 4th house, to where it almost feels like where I was moderately patiently looking for something, it sounds more like it's becoming a power struggle, and communication and conversations are taking place to seem a little more heavy and a little more intense around the mid-month. But it's okay, because I do feel like you do have the courage to pull through, because you are very destined on making what you need. So when we're talking about that stimulating exchange, this is saying I'm getting my power from this exchange. So the connections are you know, a little bit stronger. It's just that they're really power struggle. That's all. And I think it's because you're gaining more, you know, and you're not going to allow them to take the horns to say, and have, you know, have it their way or the highway. And you're saying you're kind of putting your foot down. So I see a putting your foot down to the situation. You're saying, if I clearly see it this way, in the mid-month, they're saying, no, there's no renewal within that situation. And so it becomes quite complicated. So you're going to see some complications there in the mid-month when it comes to the fourth house. When you see the separation because of the confusion, you're going to go strong. So definitely feeling like you are going to have some kind of conversation that's going to allow you to step away from the situation. You might see maybe even some people lazy around you, and that's just not the way you want it to be. So you're going to ground yourself. But I do, once again, see you still moving strong over here, even though you're kind of pulling away. You might just be pulling away and saying, fine, if you can't handle it, I'll do it myself. That kind of energy is definitely coming through. Or I'll find somebody else to do it for me. So you have a contractor or something, my friends, that you're hiring. This is just an example. You can throw it away if it's not for you. They can't get the job done. They said they could at the beginning of the month, and they want to power struggle you. You're saying, that's too bad. Fine, don't do it. I'll find someone else to do it for me. So there's going to be a more relaxed approach to the situation because you're not going to allow them to cause any more disgruntled behavior. This is what it is. I'm separating myself. I don't want your confusion, and I don't need that. So it's definitely activating the sector of your home and family chart over here, right? The sector of your house, right? And addressing the issues, could even be addressing the issues of the, like I said, the home itself. For somebody is definitely addressing some kind of issue when it comes to the home. In the beginning of the month, clarifying on the Queen of Cups and the Temperance is, yeah, oh man. The reason that you have this moderate is because there is just not the connection that you're needing with the Nine of Cups upside down. So they're definitely not really seeing it for the home the way you're seeing it, but you're being patient as you're kind of confronting the situation. So if you are doing any kind of renovations and stuff, there is definitely things that you're waiting to, you know, get clarity on, and become more productive about the situation. Yeah, holding tight. So whatever is going on, there's definitely production there. It's just that come the mid-month, yeah, they're kind of cold shouldering the situation and not traveling towards the way you want them to travel towards you. Telling you, for some of you are definitely dealing with some kind of fire sign. And they're definitely not as organized at this time as you want them to be. And they could be manipulating the situation, but it feels like they want the control of the situation and you're grabbing it away from them. So definitely wanting to work on whatever it is within the fourth house and engaging efficiently, that's for sure, in one way or another. Yeah, your conversations that you're having are definitely efficient. The King of Wands, not seeing it his way. Yeah, he really wants this, or she wants this ball in their court towards the mid-month. And they're very also powerful about this situation. There's that power struggle. You're the Queen of Wands and they're the King of Wands. You're having this power struggle. There could even be some exaggerations that you're trying to get over when it comes to this. If it's talking about a family member, trying to keep the family together. Could also be involving a mother-in-law or a mother as well, feeling like they are getting their way. You could have some kind of square off with this other person about this mother as well. Any examples I have that don't resonate with you, my friends, please throw away. There's 1,000 things going on. I try to bring up as many as I can, but I definitely see them not traveling towards you the way you want it to be. With the Empress over here, there's a lot of production, like I said, because we could see that already, but the problem is like I said, you're taking it now into your hands and saying, well, that's fine, I'll do it myself. But I also feel like, if you're dealing with some kind of family member, they're getting maybe this mother-in-law involved, or maybe they're already in the situation and you're having that situation because of them. Oh boy. So definitely having some kind of ruling over here. Family ties. Separating yourself because you just don't want to play it. That's exactly what it is, guys. I just don't want to play anymore. Let's just get it out there, right? I just don't want to play this no more. It feels like a game. The Emperor's still upside down. walking away from the situation. Wow, Knight of Swords with the Knight of Swords. Yeah, definitely going to move and do what you need to do, making the connections and the communication to say, well, then that's fine. But I'm not going to do that. If you don't want to be helpful, I will move. So, you're going to find surprising solutions to this tricky situation within yourself as you can be able to move forward. And that's because you're not going to give them any more power because you've already taken the power. So with the Temperance, there you go again. Now it's almost like going from the beginning of the month to the end of the month. Fine. I'm patiently moving the way I want it to do. You know what? I'm just going to go back to square one. And that's kind of what it is. Kind of, listening to your inner voice, doing what you need to do, connecting with your spirituality, exploring what you need to explore, and really doing what you feel is necessary for the path that you're on when it comes to this. Your sensitivities about the situation are, more within self at this time. And it's saying, now is the time to be more gentle with yourself as you are moving, right? Because you have this other person who doesn't feel as gentle when it comes to conversation, and the Queen of Cups again. So it's really just kind of the tail of the snake that's eating its own tail effect. Why? Because everything that you did at the very beginning of the month kind of rolled down the hill when they said, oh no, I don't know. First they're getting clarity, the understanding, but then all of a sudden they don't like it. So then it's almost like you're going back to square one at the very end of the month, trying to say, well, that's fine. You know what? I knew I should have done what I was going to do, and I shouldn't expected you to do anything. So definitely nurturing the responsibilities that is on your mind where somebody was not responsible, and definitely want to be power hungry about the situation or not have a follow through or, yeah. So however you're going to see that, it's definitely an opposing factor that's definitely going to come back around. Yeah, but it's okay because in the end you're going to have the King of Swords. You're going to have this communication with someone who is actually going to help in the situation to where you were struggling, because this was pretty much where you were going in the very beginning of the month. So it's almost like, hey, okay. I just feel like somebody else was very impulsive about the situation, my friends. Okay, and then they started making some kind of communication delays, and then somebody wants power about the situation, which then throws you off, and now you have to go back to square one with the King of Swords, where you're logically thinking about the situation, becoming very optimistic about the situation, and also could have this King of Swords come in and say, this is what I will do for you. Okay, so however it is, it's a little bit 2 in 1, because this King of Swords is definitely going to be a big help to the situation. Okay, it could be an Aquarius, a Gemini, or a Libra coming in to help. And for some of you, you've been like, if you knew you were going to hire this other person to do so and you didn't because this other person had manipulative ways to fix the situation, you're going back to the King of Swords and say, you know what, I'll give you the job. Because actually they're going to get it done, right? Otherwise, this person over here is just an intervener within a family that is saying, you know what, this is the way it's going to be, or this is just you really bringing in the logic, however you're going to see is the logical thinking. Okay, until next time, my friends. Peace and love. Bye.